Hello everyone and welcome. This is the 30-minute abbreviated version of class number 5. For today's practice, I'm going to invite you to decide if you would like to use a chair, the assist of a wall, or perhaps on the mat. I'll be offering all 3 choices, really encouraging you to make the decisions that are best for you. And regarding your homework for last class, I hope you had a wonderful home practice. So we're going to find our comfortable seat, whatever that may be for you. You might like to sit in a chair with your back against the back of the chair, or maybe sitting away. If you're on the mat, I would invite you to find a cushion perhaps under your knees, maybe blocks under your knees. If you have a strap handy as well for later, that would be great. If not, perhaps a belt or a scarf would work as well. So we're going to begin by focusing, settling into practice, perhaps closing the eyes or taking a soft gaze to the earth, sitting up nice and tall as you lengthen through the spine. Invite relaxation into your face and jaw, throat and shoulders, lining up ears over shoulders over hips. Perhaps the eyes close as you softly take a gaze to the earth. And just notice how you feel today in your body, your mind, your heart. Giving yourself what you need in practice. Again, remembering that you are your perfect teacher. So listen to your body, do what feels best to you today. So as we ground to the earth and lengthen through the crown, I invite you to bring your hands home to heart, or perhaps one hand on top of the other, whatever feels best. Or maybe you would like to keep the hands on top of the legs or in your lap for 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Sitting with and feeling the vibration, feeling how the sound of Om draws you into present moment. So from here, we're going to be moving into some gentle upper body stretches. Again, I'm really inviting you to customize your practice, giving yourself whatever it is that you may need. So as we lengthen through the crown of the head, taking a breath when you're ready, we're going to rotate the head in one direction. Go as far as you can comfortably. And slowly come back to center. Notice how that felt. And then we'll move the other way. Just again, gentle movement here. Coming back to center. Nice. And then just a gentle tilt, ear to shoulder, other shoulder draws down. Breathe into any areas of tension, tightness, or even pain. Be aware of how the body's feeling today. Coming back to center. And then we'll go the other way. Good. And then coming back to center. From here, finding that beautiful lengthened spine, we're going to find a gentle rotation, just a gentle rotation here. Either side, whatever feels best to you. Keeping lengthened spine, maybe turning the head Hands can float to that same side leg if you'd like, or maybe you'd like a hand in front and a hand behind, like a little kickstand. And then slowly coming back to center here, pausing. Stay with the breath. And then keeping that length, we're going to rotate the other way now. Just a gentle twist. Stay with the breath. Notice where you feel this in the body. And then we'll slowly come back to the start position. Again, reset, lengthen spine. Taking your right hand now to the mat or to your chair, to the side of the chair, wherever you're practicing. Other arm's going to come up, lengthen through that side body. We're going to move up and over here. You might look up to the top hand, straight ahead, or down to that hand that's planted. Breathe into side body here. And then we'll slowly come back, connect that hand to the mat, to your chair. Other arm comes up. Lengthen through that side body and find the openness here. Breathe. Nice. And then relax the arms down and just a couple rolls of the shoulders perhaps. Maybe move the head and neck around. See how everything's feeling in this upper body today. And maybe move the shoulders forward a bit. Nice. Now from here, pause. We're going to be coming into staff pose with the leg lifts. Now, if you're on the mat, I would invite you to perhaps, again, if you have a cushion underneath you can do that, prop up the body a little bit, maintaining length in spine. If you're on your chair, a great way to practice this on the chair is to have a second chair in front of you so that the legs are straight out without locking. So either from the mat or from the chair, staff pose, connection of the sits bones to the earth, lengthen through the crown, pausing here, gauging the core muscles. Now, as we invite a gentle lift first to the right side and then the left, if the leg doesn't lift off the mat or off the chair, that's perfectly fine. Just think about tightening up these muscles here. Again, doing whatever you can, continuing with the breath. So again, from start position here of staff, and take a breath in, and when you're ready, tighten up these muscles. That leg might come up a little, it might not. And then bring that down. And we'll do the other side. And down. If you're in the chair, a nice way to practice this is with a strap around that leg or seated on the mat as well. And again, lifting. You don't want to lean back, so it's really important to keep that length in the spine and bring that down. And then again, staying with the breath. Good. And maybe one more each side. Nice. And when we ask you to hold a posture, we don't want you to hold the breath, right? Continuing to breathe is really, really an important part of your practice. Nice. And then relax. Okay, good. So from here, and keep checking in, notice how you feel. From here, if you're on the mat, I'm going to invite you into kneeling now. And you might decide to choose to put something under your knees, like a kneeling pad or a cushion or a blanket can be really helpful. And so we start in table on the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Now I'm going to transition to the chair for this next one called cat-cow. So from your chair or on your mat, your hands will come to the forward edge of your legs or on the mat, as we said earlier. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, so we're looking up and lengthening here on the inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to tuck and round here. Exhale as much as you can. Tailbone coming in toward the crown of the head and then lifting again. Lengthening through the spine. Again, whether you're on the mat, on the chair, it's all good. Whatever choices that you make are perfect for you. Really going by how you feel. Because I know with arthritis, I have arthritis too. Some days you feel fairly good, and other days you may need a little more loving kindness for yourself, right? So again, practicing whatever it is that you may need. Nice. Good. One last one here. Excellent. Now, from kneeling, we're going to be moving into down dog. So if you're on the mat kneeling, I'm going to invite you to curl your toes under and press your hips up. If you're in your chair, coming to the back edge of the chair with the hands lightly on the back of the chair, pressing back to down dog. So your hands can be on the mat, your hands can be on the chair. Breathe here. Nice. Now we're going to walk to forward fold. So we're going to walk the feet a little closer to the hands. Fold over with a nice lengthened spine. From here, you can round the spine if you like, bending into the knees quite a bit. You might grasp opposite elbows. And pause and hold here. Nice. And then we're going to rise up to mountain pose. So we're going to press through the feet, rise up. The arms are going to reach up. Maybe looking up a bit with the eyes only or tilting the chin. And then bringing hands home to heart in mountain. Pausing here. Release the arms to the side and just stay a moment in mountain. Scanning the body now. Ears again over shoulders, over hips, over the knees, over the ankles, lengthening through the spine here. And breathe, noticing how you feel in mountain. Next, we'll be offering sun salutation with the assist of the wall, and then for the second side, with the assist of a chair. Okay, so again, you can have your chair at the higher end here, if that feels better to you, or you can turn the chair around and use the seat of the chair. That's going to be more weight bearing into your wrists and hands. So I'm going to start at the wall in mountain, Tadasana mountain. As we inhale, raise the arms up. Again, maybe look up. And you might arch back from the scapula. That's the wings on the upper back. You might arch back from there. And then looking forward, bringing the arms to the side, elbows bent or straight. Coming forward now with a long, flat back. Take the hands to the legs, and we're going to fold here. And again, you might choose to fold with the grasping of the opposite elbows. Now from here, we're going to be looking up horizontal. Nice. And then coming up, taking the hands onto the wall or onto the back of the chair. We're going to step back with the left leg. So that heel can be up or the heel can be down. The right knee, you want to line it up over the ankle. Here, pause in lunge. Again, hands can be on the wall, hands can be on the chair. Step the right leg back to meet the left in down dog. Press the hips back, looking down. Good. Now from here, we're going to be transitioning to cobra. So we're going to bring the upper body up. You might step closer to your chair or to the mat. Or to your chair or to the wall. Press the hips forward and gently arch back here. Good. Floating back to down dog again. Now this time, we're going to step the right leg forward, pausing here, and then the left leg to meet it, fold, press to the feet, rise up, find your back bend. This time you might arch back from the bottom of the ribs. Again, notice how your back feels, looking straight ahead, hands home to heart, pause here, and breathe. Nice. Now we're going to come to sun salutation, second side. This time I'm going to use the chair. So standing again into Tadasana to start. Mountain pose, inhale, rise up, arching back. And looking forward, exhale, fold with that long spine, taking the hands to the chair or perhaps to your legs. Good. Coming up horizontally, taking the hands to your chair or the wall. This time the right leg comes back, so you're in a lunge here, looking at left knee lining up over ankle. Pausing here. You might like a block under that back heel. That might feel good to you. And then stepping back into down dog here. Nice. Moving into cobra, you might want to walk the feet closer to your wall or closer to your chair, lengthening through the spine, pressing to the hips. Good. Floating back to down dog. Looking forward, stepping that left leg up. High lunge again. Right leg to meet it. Fold. Inhale as you rise up. Find your back bend. And then bring your hands home to heart center. Pause here and breathe. Sun salutations are a wonderful way. Just get the body moving, connect the breath with the movement. Nicely done. And relax and release. From here, we're going to be moving into two standing balance postures with the use of the wall, the use of a chair. The first one is tree pose, and the second one will be warrior three. So, using your chair, if you'd like, pausing here. The leg that is closest to the chair is going to be our anchor leg to start. The other leg is going to come up. We're going to turn it out, rotate it out. Now the heel of that leg can be connected to your standing leg. Make sure your standing leg is slightly bent in the knee. You don't want to lock out. Or you might feel safe in your balance and maybe take that foot off the floor. You might want to keep a hand to the chair. You might want to raise up. Find something to look at that's not moving. That can be helpful for your balance. If you feel safe in your balance, you might let the other arm go. Again, it's all up to you. How you feel and breathe. Find that length. And then release, relax that. Coming into second side now, I'm going to use the wall for this variation. You could also step back with your back near the wall. That can be another great way to do this, to practice this. So again, the other leg now, rooting into that leg, making sure again that you're not locking through that knee. The outside leg away from the wall of the chair here now is going to be turned out, heel to the bottom of that lower leg. And the ball of the foot might stay right on the floor. That's a perfect way to practice. Or you might want to bring it up. If you feel safe in your balance today, see how you feel. And then adding an arm, maybe a second arm. Stay with your breath. Nice. And then release and relax that. Again, let it go. Notice how you feel. Stay present in your practice. And now for the second standing balance today, I'm going to be offering warrior three. So with the use of your chair, coming to the back of the chair, the high end of the chair. Standing nice and tall, we're going to step the right foot back, ball of the foot on the mat, and the heel is up. Now, bringing the weight into your left leg here. The right toes can stay down. As you lengthen through the spine, making sure that left knee is not locked, as we said earlier in tree. Maybe bow forward from the waist. You might lift that right foot off the floor, or you might decide to keep it down. And that long line from the crown of the head through the back, all the way through that leg. And you might decide to raise up an arm. You might decide to keep the hands on the chair, making sure you're breathing here in Warrior 3. And then release that, coming back to Tadasana Mountain, pausing here. Just take a breath. For the second side, I'm going to utilize the assistable wall. So from here, again, hands can be connected to the wall. This time the left leg's going to step back. Just pausing here. And then we're going to bring the weight into that right standing leg without locking. Perhaps begin to bow forward from the waist with a nice length through the spine, and then perhaps a lift of that left foot off the mat. Maybe the arm comes off, or you might like to have the hands connected to the wall. Again, whatever you can do is perfect. Breathe here. Nice. And then release. Relax for a moment. Before we come back down to seated, just pause for a moment. Take a moment, notice how you feel. Notice the energy moving through your body. Notice your breath. Now we're going to be coming into seated spinal twist, and you can practice this on the mat, once again, or in a chair, okay? So I'm going to invite you to come to whichever you would like, perhaps in the chair or on the mat, coming down to sit. Now, if you're in the chair, again, your back can be against the back of the chair, or you could be a little bit further forward, lengthening through the spine here. You can have your left foot on the mat, keeping the extended left leg if you're seated on the mat. And then we're going to cross that right leg. You're going to bend it first, and then bring it up and over perhaps. Now, in the chair, a really nice way to do this is to use a block if you have it, or a book. So as you have one leg extended, you could cross the other leg over and maybe place that foot on a block. So it's the same type of shape, right? The same type of shape. So many ways to practice. Again, we really encourage you to decide what feels best to you. Okay? So once you get your original twist position here, we're going to find that length in the spine from the chair or from the mat, and a gentle rotation to the right. That right hand might come behind you, it might come back to the back of the chair, or you might like to keep it on the left leg, anywhere you can. Or on the right leg, I should say, I'm sorry. And then we're going to slowly unwind here. And we're going to come into second side. Okay, seated spinal twist. Again, finding your length from the chair or from the mat. Left leg will bend. You could stay here or perhaps cross over. And again, the option in the chair, as I demonstrated earlier, would be to cross the leg lower on that extended right leg. Maybe a block underneath the left foot. Find that length through the crown. And then a gentle twist here. Maybe that left hand comes behind you as a kickstand. You might like hands lightly on that top leg. And breathe. Again, making sure not to force into a twist. And then slowly unwind, uncross the legs, perhaps sitting on the mat with the legs crossed or in the chair, the feet planted. Pausing here for a moment, coming to close out our practice shortly. Inviting hands home to heart, connection of the palms together, thumbs to sternum. Perhaps a gentle bow of the head, look down. Sealing in the benefits of your practice, yogic seal. Now getting ready to move into Shavasana for the tense and release section, and then we're going to relax for a moment before we close our practice shortly. So if you're on the mat, I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable place to lie down, maybe on your side, maybe on your back. If you're in your chair, one really nice way to practice Shavasana is to perhaps sit in your chair with your back connected, and then maybe your head comes back against your wall. You kind of have to adjust that a bit sometimes. You might have a cushion behind your head, whatever you would like. You don't want to come back too far, but you want to be able to feel comfortable, okay? So maybe a cushion back there if that works for you. Now from wherever you are, we're going to move into two tense and release options here. And I always recommend to be very gentle with yourself. We're going to be tensing the body to release any residual tension that we might be holding or any stress. But again, be mindful of the joints and how you feel. So from the mat or from your chair, okay, we're going to take in a breath. And when you're ready, we're going to tense all the muscles up, scrunching the face, squeezing the shoulders up. Maybe the hands come into a fist. Your legs might come off the mat one at a time or both. And then relax and let that go. Relax and let it go. We're going to do this one more time. When you're ready, take in a breath here. Continue to breathe, but you're going to come into tense. Tensing everything up as much as you can. Holding. And then release and relax. Let it go. Let it go. Now coming into your relaxation position. Again, maybe lying on your back, on your side, whatever feels good. If you're in your chair, maybe a cushion behind your head. And begin to notice from the top of your head all the way through to your feet. Just notice how you feel. I'm going to be moving you through a short scan of the body and the breath. So as the eyes close, envision the bottoms of your feet, inviting relaxation into your body from the bottoms of the feet, and just letting that energy move up the legs, above the knees, all the way to the hips. Inviting relaxation, and then down the back of the legs, behind the thighs, into the calves, and then all the way back down to the feet. Some people like to envision warmth or coolness or colors, whatever helps you to find relaxation. So relaxing the lower part of the body. Let the breath be whatever it can be. And then bring that energy, that relaxation energy, up into your heart space. And then just send it from the heart down to the arms, all the way to the fingers, all the way to the crown of the head, through the face and back down the back body. Just inviting relaxation anywhere in the body that you'd like. And just notice your breath now as it flows in and out of your body. Just let it be natural. Relax as much as you can. We're going to have a short 30-second or so Shavasana. In a moment, we're going to return our attention back to present moment. So perhaps begin to open the eyes, look around the room. Begin to invite small movements back into your body. If you're lying on your back on the mat, inviting you back to seated. You find a comfortable position in the chair. Once again, lengthening through the spine. Maybe noticing how you feel now. Hands again can stay on the legs or come to heart center. And I invite you to chant Om one more time. Taking in a deep breath. I want to thank you for practicing yoga with me. And remember that your homework is to read the article on inflammation. So thank you very much. It's been my pleasure to share yoga with you today. Have a wonderful day, everyone.